Hey everyone, this is Alan, and in today's video, I will talk about how Ancientness actually messed up a lot about my recent years working as a freelancer and starting my career as a freelancer developer. And basically, the idea is that where I got the idea of this video from a video that I watched yesterday called Do Things That Don't Scale. It was recorded by Bruno Faggion, but his video was in Portuguese. He also creates videos in English with his brand, his company, Crafting Cases. But he also has a channel with his own name in Portuguese, and I really liked his video talking about that sometimes not actually sometimes, but most of the times it's better to do something that don't scale first before scaling. And it got me thinking and made me realize that a lot of the mistakes that I made in the past few years were made because I was too anxious in with the idea of scaling business or scaling my income, and it actually made me make less money and start a lot of things from zero. So I will give an example. When I started as a freelancer in 2022, I started as a designer. I started creating social media posts as a designer and websites. And soon I realized that I was not really good at it. I only learned it with a few courses, and I started seeing other people that started this as a designer after me and got better before me, got better than me, and then I also started doing some things that were more technical. So I learned how to create pages with Elementor and use WordPress and things like that. And I started taking some steps into a more technical area, and I ended up working as a developer after 1 year. I started as a freelancer in 2022, and in 2023 I decided to learn programming, to be a developer, and I started doing that. And in a few months I got my first job, I got first projects, and I started just as a front end developer because it's a lot easier to create landing pages. This was mostly where I was focused on. And after that, after years studying, I started learning about frameworks, about back end, and right now with AI, I pretty much can do all by myself. But I really studied a lot. I know how to code. I learned how to code on my own without relying only on AI. But the thing is, I this whole transition, I messed up a lot of times because, for example, I could, before quitting my job as a designer, I could start increasing my price than having no jobs as a designer. Or for example, in 2024, I decided that Elementor was really bad, really bad. Really, really, I was really impatient of working with Elementor, and I decided I will not work with WordPress and Elementor anymore. I will only work into coding projects because it would be like 2 years already studying to develop things, and I felt prepared. And then I quitted my job, the contract that I had as a service provider for an agency creating pages with Elementor, and then I started from zero trying to get clients to code for projects to code their websites, and it was a bad decision at the time. I thought that it was better to start coding because I would scale with working less time for more money, but that was not the right idea. And after that I made some mistakes too. For example, I decided to create I had ideas to create projects, to create systems, to build SaaS, and all those ideas did not work because was not ready. I did not understand the business really well. So the thing the thing that I understood after watching Bruno's video is that first you need first it's better to do things that don't scale. For example, when you work providing a kind of service. So let's say it was better for me if I had an idea to create a SaaS right now. It's better to me to first start providing services into that area to get to know the problems of that area and then build a solution for that. And that's basically the main point of the video that I watched. The idea that you need to first understand the problems. And to better understand the problems, you have to come into contact with them. And it is not possible if you do that without working directly with the problems, with the people that have those problems. And yeah, that's what made me think, and I realized that a lot of times I made some decisions that did not take this kind of thought in, into consideration at all. I only thought about jumping right into to the thing that would scale better and would make more money, but in the end I got really stuck a lot of times in the past years. And yeah, this is just a video that I wanted to share with you guys, that if you are like I was in some years ago, in like some months ago, and if you are starting your career or thinking about changing the way you work or the area that you work, it's better to take small steps and do first things that do not scale. I might record a video focused more on this principle that I learned with Bruno and I saw on with from other sources too. But I just wanted to share my view on that, and based on my own experience, that for me it's really better to start uh, facing the problems into a small scale. And the best example for how I learned it better is that I started mentoring a friend of mine with using AI and Cloud Code into his business. And I could have started recording a course and trying to sell to anyone and trying to sell it on my channel right away and putting links online and buy media for it, use media buying like Meta ads, Facebook ads, Google ads. But no, I decided to try it with a close friend first to see the problems that he as a beginner would face. And it has been a really good experience. I am mentoring him for like 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks already, and it's working pretty well and better than I anticipated. And that's basically it. It's better to do things that don't scale at first.